Okay, hi everyone. This is Alicia of Alicia Anquinet TV and also IAdaThought.com with the Fear Conquer series. And I'm here with Mr. Lachlan Cotter, who I met through the Satori app, which is a great scheduler that you can use as a coach to help you organize whatever it is that you're trying to do. Anything from getting your packages together to getting a price for them to connect them to all of your um, your WordPress and all of that kind of technical things. It's there. Satori is the app, and Locke can help you. So, Locke, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Right. Well, thanks for the introduction and thanks for the invitation to join you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No
yeah,
problem.
like you said, I run Satori. It's a web-based CRM and scheduler for savvy coaches who want to enjoy more ease, flow, and freedom in business. And I've been doing that ever since I founded that company about for 2.5 to 3 years just now. I've been running that, and yeah, that's before that I was really doing. I was developing apps and whatnot, but more just like on a freelance basis or contracting to other companies and that kind of thing. Um, and then about 3 years ago, or probably about more 4 to 5 years ago now, I kind of decided I wanted to move away from that and try some different things. And through that, I eventually got involved in coaching, and I hired a coach to work with me for a year on kind of, switching my career direction, and I got, heaps of value out of that experience, and it was really, really helped me to kind of get a lot of clarity and take more responsibility and step up and kind of make the hard decisions that come up a lot when you're trying to make a big change like that. And anyway, through there, I really uh, got to love coaching a lot and got to see a lot of the value with it, and decided I wanted to support that field and be involved in that field. So I did some coaching myself, and eventually came to build this tool set to support that practice and other coaches who are either starting up or just needed more to be more automated and professional in their business.
Great, great. Yes. So you're speaking on coaching. I also am a coach, and tell me what have been your experiences as you stepped into the coaching? Did you have any fears when you first decided to go into that particular area? What were your thoughts about it?
Did I have fears about going into coaching?
Mhm.
I think not. I don't think there was fear about going into coaching or going into something new per se. I think the fear mostly comes up about letting go of where you've come from and letting go of the safety and security and certainty that you have from doing something you're very familiar with, and you've got that system figured out and you kind of
Mhm.
feel safe there, and sort of letting go of that, and which you kind of have to, I think, to really step fully into a new direction or into a new calling or something that's inspiring you to go forward.
Mhm.
I tried for a long time to kind of have one foot in it, like have one foot out the door, but still hold on to this other thing, and
Uh-huh.
it never really um, I never really made the progress I needed to make until I kind of just made the decision to let go of that and just see how things will pan out if I just kind of make the leap. So
Right.
that's really the scary part.
Yes, that leap is very scary, and in many cases, fear is the main thing that keeps us from making that leap. So, since we're on that topic, let's talk about one of your biggest areas or situations that fear kind of it could have prevented you from becoming the success that you are today.
Well, I mean, probably the biggest one in recent memory
Mhm.
is just that. It's the decision you know, to let go of that old career, or let go of the old way of doing things and just sort of make a clean break and start a new thing, or particularly a new business where, of course, you have a lot of anxiety around, is it going to work, and am I going to be able to feed myself and my family and,
Mhm.
make it successful? yeah, that was definitely something where I had a lot of resistance to, and I hesitated a lot for a long time to really do that. I wanted to do that for a long time before I, got to the point where I said, well, um, it's when is this ever going to happen? And I just have to make the decision now. So that would be, probably the best example in recent history. And there's a lot of smaller ones that come up all the time through that process. But yeah, I guess making that big move would definitely be the biggest point of resistance.
So when you got started, after you decided to put both of those feet in the same space, what were some of the challenges that you had to overcome in order to just say, okay, well, I'm going to stick to it regardless this is happening, but I know in the end it is going to work out, and it's going to work out the way that it's supposed to work out, which is in a good way. Because I think that fear
Yeah.
of, stepping out and just giving it all, and then once you get into there, there's that like, whoa, okay, what's next? Now I'm here, and this is happening. Okay, I have a roadblock. Should I have stayed where I was, or do I continue to go forward and stay focused on my goal?
Right. So I think learning anything new can be difficult. Can really stretch you, and particularly, starting a business is a huge challenge because it just takes it takes a huge amount of work to get it going, and to really get it to the stage where you have momentum and traction on it. Takes a lot of effort, and for the first several months to even a year of that effort, you're not entirely sure that it's going to work, and you kind of just have to. You're seeing a little bit of encouragement or a little bit of signs that it could work, but it's not supporting you yet. It's not where it needs to be yet, and you still have to just persevere and hopefully be aware of what's going on, and being honest with yourself so you can actually improve your decisions and decide if I need to change my direction slightly, or am I kind of, do I have my eyes closed, and do I need to see my blind spots? And that's that's exactly what coaching is great for, to helping you get that perspective and kind of be more honest with yourself. But it's really I think the hardest there's a lot of things that are hard about starting something like that, in terms of getting the work done and learning all the skills you need to learn, and sort of managing your time, and just all those steps are challenging. But the biggest challenge in terms of the fear aspect, which I think is what you're sort of mostly asking about, is just taking the first step, and just honestly committing to something and starting something. Because once you're in, it's the decision is behind you, and then it's fine. You're not kind of wasting energy after that point. Once you've really committed to something, you're not wasting energy all the time about, should I be doing this or not. You're doing it, so you just take the next step and the next step and the next step. And yeah, I think once you kind of jump in with both feet, in a way, kind of the hardest choice is behind you.
Right. Okay, so the Satori app, I really enjoy using it. I have set up some sessions myself, and I'm trying to fill those. For me, and when I got introduced to your app, I knew that I wanted something that would kind of keep me organized. And so when I started using it, I saw how easily it was, and it was so easy that it was kind of like a, a bit of scary feeling there, because once I go through, and I filled out everything in about maybe an hour, but I still didn't press that broadcast or that promote button, because I was a little nervous about putting myself out there completely.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh,
Pressing publish on something, and putting out your idea into the world. Yeah, that's a scary thing. Often, especially if it's something that you really invested a lot of emotion or a lot of yourself into. It's hard to kind of put it out and expose it to criticism. But
right.
that's kind of like one of the most important skills, or one of the most important, I guess, habits in business, or probably anything else, but particularly in business, you gotta ship it. You gotta get it out and get it out as quickly as you can, because that criticism is coming. And what you made is not perfect. The first one, the first several, pretty much gonna suck. That's kind of a guarantee. So you gotta get that feedback as soon as possible, so you can actually do something with it instead of umming and ahhing for months about things that you're frankly not going to know until you actually put it out and get real feedback from real customers or from real potential customers. That's your job. Don't think you can preempt that or
There's no
know
way
what you're
around.
doing before you get the experience. Yeah.
Right. So tell us, how has life changed from you beginning the business um, until today?
How's life changed? Well, in terms of how I like to spend my time every
Hmm.
day, not that drastically. I mean, like I enjoy what I do, and I love so I get to um, thankfully spend a lot of time on like engaging with people who I love to work with, and creating things and putting sort of creative. Um, I love to solve problems in a creative way and build things,
Hmm.
and so this gives me a lot of opportunity to do that. And because I made the decision to sort of kind of make a clean break from what I was doing before, and just jump into this 100%, I pretty much got to do that from day one. So even though I still had a kind of a lot of uncertainty about would this be sustainable, and how long until I can really feel secure that this is going to be a viable thing. Um, in terms of doing the work, like I could start on that immediately, and I could just enjoy being in that process immediately. So it's not something I had to wait for once I'd made that decision. Um, and since like in the last few years, now that it's got to a point where there's enough traction and enough kind of momentum on the business that I don't have to worry so much so often about how am I gonna make the bills and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, that frees up more energy because you're not kind of worried about quite so many things. But there's plenty. Trust me, there's plenty more that will come up that sort of fills that space. But
Right.
so
Right.
long as so long as you're really like I think on track with what's important and what you want to be doing, then that's a lot easier and a lot more fun.
Yes. 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 That's it. By deciding to do whatever it is that you feel that you're created to do, it allows you to have a lot more freedom, and it takes the ease, it takes that stress away from worrying about, like you say, how you're going to pay the bills and getting up every day going to this job that you don't want to go to. We all have those, yeah, we have those situations where, we know there's something that we're supposed to be doing that we would love to be doing, but then fear sets in and we just sit on it. And we sit on it, and a year goes by, and 2 years goes by, and it's just, you sit around and you look and you're in the same place. You're not growing. So, for you to take that step, and now you're helping more people, and you're being introduced to more people, and more people are being inspired by what you're doing. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you, life feels a lot better once you sort of make the decision to go after what is really important to you and aligned with you, and something that's kind of is compatible with your more natural strengths. I mean, that's a big one. You really want to. There's a lot. You have to wear a lot of hats in business, and there's a lot of kind of skills to learn, and you're not going to be great at all of them. And I'm definitely not great at all of them, but you really want to focus in a place where you can leverage the strengths you do have, to the maximum possible extent. And so, it doesn't have to be like if you're in a place where you're kind of frustrated with your life because you're not on a path that is right for you. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to take all that risk all at once or start a business tomorrow, but do something to start by being honest with yourself and maybe getting some help as far as coach or a friend who you trust and has, I guess, the right skills to
Mhm.
help you like be more honest about that and give you some accountability around making better choices and just take the next step. It doesn't have to be the whole enchilada, but just
Right.
take a step in the right direction, and you'll start to feel more enthusiastic.
Yes, you will. So let's tell people where they can find you.
Oh, sure. Well, you can find Satori at satoriapp.com. That's satoriapp.com. If you're a coach or you're at the beginning of your practice, or if you've been working for a year or so and you're really at the point where you need more systems and support and like automation to take care of all the details, so you can again like really focus on the important part of what you do, the part where you add the most value and you're the most creative. Check us out because we can probably help you a lot with that.
Okay. Cool, cool. I know I'm still waiting. I'm still utilizing story, so I look forward to really being able to implement more as I get more clients. Yay. But I'm so glad that we had a chance to chat. You have given us some really good advice about just, starting. Stop waiting and just start. Be honest, make up in your mind that, there is something else that I want to do. There is something else that I could be doing. I might not need to leave my job right now, but I could start on the side, after I get off this job, I might just have to put in a couple of hours on something else. But let's not let fear keep us from living a life of freedom and from being, free from the stress of the day to day, bills and having to get caught in traffic or missing time out with our kids, that kind of thing. So, thank you so much for speaking with us, and I'm pretty sure we're going to do this again. Anything you want to say?
Well, thanks again for the invitation. I had fun, and absolutely, if you need any support as you start taking more steps in that direction for yourself, just shout out, and I'll do what I can to support you.
All righty. All right. Talk to you later, Locke.
All right, bye, Alicia.
Bye.